Some people give up and others fight. A very few learn the lesson and move on. Just a quick summary before we begin. Rich Dad made Writer and Mike work for just 10 cents until Writer was ready to quit. And fortunately, Writer was ready to quit after 3 weeks. But surprisingly, Mike smiled.
Writer asked, "What are you laughing at?" with anger and frustration.
To which Mike replied, "Dad said this would happen. He said to meet him when you were ready to quit." Basically, Rich Dad wanted to check whether the two kids really have that hunger to become rich. So on purpose, he made them work for just 10 cents. So here is our first learning. We live in the world of internet, where we have access to all sort of resources. But the thing which matters is do you have the hunger to become rich? For example, you are a student and you have access to a variety of lectures. But the thing which matters is, do you have the hunger to ace in the exam? Now coming back to the story, Writer was extremely angry and frustrated because he did not teach him anything. Or did he? Poor Dad told Writer that either ask for a raise 25 cents per hour or just quit the job. Writer goes to Rich Dad extremely angry and frustrated, and then Rich Dad made him wait for about an hour. And as soon as Rich Dad walked in, he said, "I understand, either you want a raise or you want to quit." Writer blurted out nearly in tears, saying, "I have worked hard for you, but you did not keep the end of your bargain. You did not teach me anything. You are greedy, etc." "I am teaching you," Rich Dad said in a very polite manner. The point here is, Rich Dad did not even talk after they had the deal, so he did not teach me anything, was what Writer was trying to say. To which Rich Dad responded, "Does teaching just mean talking and lecture? And if no, what did he teach?" Then further Rich Dad explained, which is also our second learning, life pushes all of us around. Some people give up and others fight. A very few learn the lesson and move on. Let me explain. Let us suppose you are a student and you scored less in exam. Then you have 3 options. Either quit, just accept the marks and do nothing about it, or you fight, you work hard this time, or you learn from your mistakes, such as your concepts were unclear, you did not give mock test, etc. So yes, choice is yours. Rich Dad says if you understand this, you will grow into a wise and a wealthy man. But if you don't, then you will always blame the problem and the people associated with it. You will play it safe. But deep down, you and only you will know that you are terrified of taking risk. You chose it to play safe. You really wanted to win, but the fear of losing was greater than the excitement of winning. But here's our third learning, which is also an amazing quote. Don't fear failure, but be terrified of regrets. You really wanted to win, but the fear of that risk will end you up with only one thing, that is regret. Now Writer was slowly understanding what Rich Dad wanted to teach. Rich Dad basically gave Writer the taste of life. He made him experience what most people do wrong and end up in regret. What Rich Dad wanted Writer to do was change his point of view and understand what the real problem is. What I want you to understand is, which is also our fourth learning, that realizing we are the problem, and if we change ourselves, and huge impact can occur. Coming back to the story, finally Writer looked up and said, "So what will solve the problem?" His dad said this, which is also our fifth learning, which is having an solution oriented mindset. Instead of blaming other people and crying about the problem, you should focus on the solution instead. This was the moment Writer realized what separated Rich Dad from other people and eventually lead him to become the richest person in Hawaii. Rich Dad explained the point of view over and over again, which is also our first lesson. The poor and middle class work for money, whereas the rich have money work for them. When Rich Dad saw Writer so angry, he said, "You see, true learning requires energy, passion and a burning desire. Burning desire is what I call hunger. Most people, when it comes to money, want to play it safe. So passion does not direct them. Fear does. The fear of not having enough money, the fear of starting over, and the fear of being fired from the job. So most people become a slave to money instead of understanding how money works." So here we get our sixth learning. Your hunger should be greater than fear of anything else. Coming back to the story, now Rich Dad said to Writer, "Now get back to the work, and this time I will pay you nothing." Why do you think he did that? The answer is in the next video of this series. But trust me, the results this decision had are amazing. We will find about it in the next video. Till then, stay hungry and keep learning.